Hello and welcome to the Healing Room. I'm Dolly Palmer, and I want you to know something right away. You don't have to be calm, you don't have to be healed, and you don't have to have it all figured out to be here. This is a space where you're allowed to bring parts of you that feel conflicted, the parts that want different things, and the parts that feel pulled in opposite directions. So if you've ever thought, why do I feel torn inside? Or why can't I just choose and feel at peace? You're not broken, you're human. And today we're going to gently explore that whole idea together. Many people live with competing voices inside them. One part of you might want safety, while the other part wants freedom. One part wants rest, another part says you must keep going. One part wants to honor your heart, another part is terrified of what might happen if you do. When these parts are not acknowledged, life can start to feel exhausting. This often shows up as anxiety that doesn't seem to have a clear cause, frustration with yourself, indecision, guilt no matter which choice you make, or a feeling of being stuck or internally divided. And here's the important truth. These parts are not enemies. They are not flaws. They are attempts to protect you. So here's something that changed my life. You are not your conflicting parts. You are the one who holds them. Just like a wise steward holds the needs of many, you have the capacity to listen, to care, and to lead. And you don't have to eliminate any part of yourself to find peace. You simply need to bring them into relationship. So if it feels comfortable, you might allow your eyes to soften or close and take a deep, slow breath with me, in and gently out. Now imagine yourself standing in calm, neutral space. Nothing fancy, just safe. In this space, you're steady. You are grounded. Now allow one part of you to step forward, the part that feels the loudest right now. You don't need to judge it, just notice it. You might silently ask, what are you trying to protect me from? Or, what do you need me to understand? Whatever comes, let it come. I'll gently invite the other part forward, the one that often feels opposite or in conflict. Notice how it feels in your body. Notice its energy. You might ask, what do you want for me? Or, what are you afraid would happen if you weren't here? And again, just notice. Give you a second. Now, before we bring these parts together, I want to offer you something important. Sometimes these parts don't show up as obvious voices. They can be very subtle. It might not sound like I want this versus I want that. It might feel more like a quiet tension, a background unease, or a sense that something isn't quite aligned. For example, one part of you might be focused on financial stability, paying bills, being responsible, keeping things safe. Another part of you might be longing to build something meaningful, a business, a creative life, or a way of living that feels more true to who you are. Neither part is wrong. Or maybe one part of you is deeply committed to your family, your roles, your obligation, while another part feels that the work you do or the way you live isn't fully matching who you believe you are in your heart. Again, nothing needs to be fixed or changed right now. What matters the most is understanding, because these parts are not trying to sabotage you. They are part of an internal system that's trying to do two things at once: keep you safe and bring you into alignment. And when those two aims feel like they're pulling in two different directions, the system can't resolve it on its own. That's when anxiety, frustration, and inner conflict arise. So instead of asking which part is right, you might gently ask, what is each part trying to protect? And what does each part value? Now imagine yourself stepping into the center again. Not to choose sides, not to force agreement, but to acknowledge. I understand you. I see what matters to you. I know you're both trying to help me. And as this understanding settles in, you may begin to feel something soften. Because alignment doesn't come from pushing one part away. It comes from bringing clarity, compassion, and leadership to the whole system. This is how we begin to move forward, not by rushing decisions, but by creating inner understanding that allows true alignment to emerge. Now, when you leave this space, you may feel uncertainty. That's okay. Peace doesn't come from silencing parts of yourselves. It comes from listening to them without letting them run the show. If this resonated with you, you're not alone. And you're always welcome back here in the healing room. Be gentle with yourself today. You're doing something brave. Be kind to yourself and find your inner balance.